I'm in the beginnings of everything, so I did a walk around with you guys and I just totally figured out the walk around was a little bit shortcut with not a lot of details. I'll try to do a more detailed walk around from the truck pretty soon. Today we're out here in the back area of Lillooet, still in BC. It is a birthday weekend for a friend and she tried to do some mountain biking and we headed out to Whistler and then came through Pemberton and Darcy for the back road. So just technically behind me, we just came out in that little tunnel that you see like right up there. We came up there and had a really nice drive. A little bit tricky. We had two bikes in the back, so we had to kind of like watch that they're not getting lost. The plan for today is actually just exploring more of the area around here. We're heading to Goldbridge, which might a lot of people know from you. Yeah, that's kind of like a little of a dam in the back. You see the water just coming out right there. We came through that tunnel down here, just all the way up on the dam, and then just heading into the back country that you see right there. Yeah, we had a breakfast already. We're just trying to figure out the real way to go to. If we're stopping at a couple lakes or we're doing the direct route to Goldbridge. I might keep you guys posted later on. Right now I can get you back and do a little bit of a showing where we just camped tonight and then go from there on. Give you guys a little bit of a walk around. We're here on the side area from that dam that I just mentioned before. A little wreck site. Super tucked in. It got really windy last night, but the trees were covering it really well. Be prepared. There's a lot of like controls going on in the evening because wildfires in BC are huge right now. We got a little bit of a visitor or two visitors yesterday. The RCMP stopped by. Just wanted to make sure we're not doing any illegal campfires. We do not smoke, even like smoking is banned. We're both not smoking at all, my friend and I. So yeah, I will show you the area and where we just slept and then take you guys for a nice trip down through the Lillooet and Callaghan Lake back area. So this is where you're technically coming in onto the wreck side. You see the dam area in the background, and then we just like turn in here and around here and then tuck the truck in there. Like I mentioned before, it was pretty windy yesterday evening, so we're just tucked the truck a little bit away so it's not hitting the tent that hard with the wind, not like our last trip. There's my friend. She's her birthday weekend, just listening to the iPad right now, just watching a couple podcasts and videos. There's the truck. Nice little setup here. It's super warm already. It feels like it's already like 35 degrees, so I'm trying to make that whole walk around a little bit shorter than usual because I feel like I'm already sunburned, even though I just wear 50 UV protection already and on cream. You see the shower on the side. I had a nice shower. It's nice and warm still. Then we're just set it up here. There's the tent again. As mentioned before, we went yesterday to Whistler Bike Park, so we took the bikes, which was on that high mountain road, a little bit of a challenge, but the Thule rack was actually holding really good up. The bikes were not falling off at all. I don't have to retighten them at all. That rack I can highly recommend if you just do anything like off-road, especially if you want to like swing it away. I have a little swing. That might get a little bit into a shade right now because the sun is right behind me. So as you see, there's a Yakima backswing, it's called, and that swings the whole bikes away. But as mentioned, the Thule rack, it's the Thule T2 Pro XT. It's the previous gen. There's a new gen now out, but it comes with those arms over here that you see here. It is strapped in down there. So for everyone who wants to go like overlanding and wants to take their bikes, It's a super safe idea to transport the bikes. Even though the road is super bumpy, there's nothing you have to worry about. Of course, every now and then you have to double check the rack. I would never ever go like 500 kilometers off-road and not checking the bike. So that's kind of like a little bit of the setup. Had a little bit of shade this morning. Had already breakfast done. Shower this morning already as well. So right now we're just hanging out for another couple minutes and then grab everything, pack everything together and head out to the Callaghan Lake. Towards Goldbridge, 53 kilometers on like a paved and non-paved road alongside the Callaghan Lake, the one you can see in the background. It's a hydro lake and it's a super long hydro lake, let's say it this way. The thing that you hear in the back right now is the AC rolling. It's kind of like current 24 degrees. I'm not quite sure what's set in Fahrenheit. So because we measure everything a little bit different here in Canada. We have like miles, we have like feet, we have kilometers, and we have degrees instead of Fahrenheit. Well, whatever. And yeah, we're just going alongside here. As you see, soak in those views. You go a little bit of a truck shot as well. We're just following along. Unfortunately, I can't do any drone shots right now. The reason why we can't do drone shots, there is excuse me, there is some parts on this lake they're just getting the fires out with their big like helicopters and everything, so we don't want to interrupt them with some drones. We want to be respectful for that. Yeah, so we're just heading alongside, just finding a nice camp spot, settling in a little bit earlier, maybe just have a swim in that lake, maybe another lake, we'll see. And yeah, just tag along and I'll just keep you updated once we're just coming a little bit further down to Goldbridge. So we now just passed the Goldbridge town, 10 kilometers out of Goldbridge. There is a super cool to explore gold mining town. They opened it in 1930s around, that's at least what I can figure out. Maybe there's someone who knows a little bit more about that. And they closed it in the 1970s. Lots of history, an old house from the Bank of Montreal from the 1934s. As you see, there's lots of flies around here too, so every now and then I have to do this and this. So I'll just walk you through. There's an old mine shaft going up here. They're saying 100 kilometers of old mine shafts just all the way behind me into the mountain. Nice river. I hope you can hear me really good because the river is super loud as well. I just show you a little bit around about that old place here. There's some old, I would call them washing machines to get the gold washed out. Yeah, just tag along. I'll just get you run you through here and see what else we can explore over there. So I hope the microphone is just picking it up really good. Just walk you guys through here a little bit. Super cool. You have to be super careful in those places as well. There's lots of old metal just laying around and you're just like stepping on it, especially here where there's the next hospital like 150 kilometers away. You see lots of history up here. And the coolest part comes actually up there. That's the main mine entry. And a little bit to the left, see if I can point on it. There. Looked like there was an old cable car just coming down. Everything, of course, is like super old, nearly falls apart or is falling apart. Looks like a big construction went on here too to like get rid of a lot of things. We just passed a lot of old houses on the way to here as well. They are just falling apart, but it makes that side so much more interesting. And then I feel like I should come back here and just explore so much more. When you're just going around, look at that old area here. So cool. Just headed back down and just found this spot over here. Oh my god, how beautiful is that? Isn't that amazing? I'll just get the drone up to show you a couple shots. I'm just far away right now, or a little bit further away at least from the lake, from the main lake, in case there's any helicopters or so flying. I'm always checking on my GPS as well if there's anything around. So yeah, just I don't know what to say. I mean, look at the background here, mountains, and it's actually glaciers as well. I'll do a little bit of a swing here and swing around. There is the river just coming into the lake. There's a truck. Look at this. Wow. Isn't that amazing? So after yesterday's exploring and adventuring on some beaches and through the Gold Bridge town and the other town, we just headed to a nice little camping spot over here. Sorry I didn't do any outro. We were both so tired from the whole trip and we're just having some food and then went straight to bed and just slept probably like 9 or 10 hours straight through. Early this morning, it's not that early anymore, it's just kind of like 9 o'clock right now. The sun is just slowly just coming up. Nice spot over here. Again, tuck the truck in the back, a little bit of a shade in the morning so it's not heating up too crazy. We're just having some breakfast now and then just packing everything in and just heading down towards Pemberton. It's a nice little forest service road and off-road backcountry road, that's what it's called. That's from what I've heard at least. And then yeah, we'll just keep you guys posted on the way down. So for the people who are also interested in some gears, we're using those cool wood chairs over here. They're actually from Canadian Tire, super comfortable. As you see, they're a little bit wider. They kind of like have a little bit of a couch style. I slept in a couple times in those ones, especially if you're just in front of like a nice campfire, or right now not really a campfire right now. We are using a propane fire pit because that's the only one that is allowed in BC because of the high risk of fires. On the table right now we have the roto packs down there. We are using those ones mainly for our drinking water. Most importantly, you have to rinse them out real good because otherwise you have taste for ages, and it's not really like yummy when you're just having some water out of it. Anyways, then everyone knows probably those front runner boxes. They seem to be pretty popular these days. It's the Wolf Pack. What I really like on those ones, they're not like super highly priced, and you can store them in the cabin, and if the road gets a little bit rougher, they're not just like hopping around, they stay on each other. So highly recommend those ones. We have our dry foods in there and some cutlery. That's it. Then we're using that little blue bin over here. You can actually fold it together nearly flat. We use it to kind of like wash our cutlery with it. And then we're using that high-end Coleman, also a Canadian Tire product. I don't want to just make some commercial over here from Canadian Tire, but everyone knows where you can get that stuff. Holds up really well, to be honest, for what it costs. I think it just costs us like 80 Canadian or 70 Canadian. Super cheap one, but makes a lot of good food, and yeah, does a good job with it. So also, just in case, if you guys are wondering where we're storing all our gear, most of our gear is stored in the deck system. That's my right drawer over here. I'll see if I can open that. As you see right now, pretty empty. That's our propane fire pit in the back. Usually in front of it is the barbecue, and then we have some room for some food that's kind of like stored as our food drawer. Then on this side is more like gear and everything. Now we just went on a mountain bike trip, so there's helmets, shoes, everything is tucked in there. There's some leveling blocks that you can kind of like see in that black bag. And then behind that is actually also easy accessible, is all recovery gear for like tree savers, shackles, and everything that you need in case you're getting stuck or you want to help someone out. It's always good to have it, so you never know where you are and you can help other people out, right? So that kind of like wraps it up for this morning. Just wanted to give you a little bit of a tour from the campsite and what we use for gear. Probably a lot of people don't know it. What I will do later on, if some people are interested, I will do like a complete walk around what we are using for gear. Maybe some of you people are newer to overlanding or just exploring, I would call it this way. So if you have any questions, you can leave some comments down below. And yeah, like I said and mentioned before, I will do a proper walk around from the truck at some point. I'll probably do a separate video from it just to explain it. If you guys are also interested in the bike rack, to see that in a little bit more detail, just let me down in the comments below too. That's kind of like it. We're just having some breakfast now and then just packing up and just heading technically on the way home already, sadly, but it was an amazing 2 days. So we had some really good, cool places to explore, and camp spots were amazing. This one is actually a free camp spot, so anyone who's close to Goldbridge, definitely stop by here. I wanted to give you guys a quick update from our trip back home now. We're on the Hurley FSR on the way to Pemberton. Excuse me that we were just inside right now because the horseflies outside is as big as a regular bird outside. You probably can pet them as big as they are. I'll just give you a little bit of a view from the inside, and then hopefully if we're a little bit further down, I'll just give you a view from the outside as well. Maybe you can set up the drone again and see if we can get some better shots from up in the air. But yeah, that's kind of like the update from here, and I'll get back to you soon, guys. drive the Hurley Road. We're just now like on the way down to Pemberton. There's not a lot of crazy things happening anymore. We just might hop in the lake in Squamish or in Whistler. That's technically it for today. We're heading back home. I hope you like the journey. And there's definitely more to come. There's hopefully in 3-4 weeks, there's a solo trip coming that I want to try to record as well. Then the week after, my friend joins me again for a trip over Vancouver Island to the north of Vancouver Island. That's kind of like planned for this year for like big trips. And then of course we have like those weekend trips coming as well, where there's some areas around the Kootenays hopefully coming, and then maybe just heading back up here again. I was thinking about doing a solo trip going up here and then going into the South Chilcotins. That would be a pretty cool part. That's, yeah, like I said, that's it. Truck needs definitely a good wash too. It's super dusty. The bikes, yeah, one is white, one is green. They both have the same color now. Lots of horseflies still around here. That's it for today, and I hope you like the trip. Like I said, I'm still in the beginnings of my whole video recording, so excuse me if there's a couple things not working out right away, as they are, but yeah, that's it. If you have any questions, any suggestions where I should go, I mean, I'm open to everything technically. Where the truck fits, we can go. Yeah, I hope you liked it. Give it a thumbs up as usual. And hope to talk to you soon, guys. Thank you.